Yeah, welcome back to this training section on leadership. We are moving forward in the certified leadership training. Let me start by just saying this a quote from Walt Disney. It says, "The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing." I want to encourage all leaders in the house, begin to do what you have started learning. Is very important. Is the key to progress. In fact, you get to understand everything that you are doing when you begin to do. All right. Things become clearer to you when you do. Some people have a lot of time sitting, waiting for when they are going to have a clearer picture of their vision before they start. But you see, these things don't start, it doesn't happen that way. You get to build upon it, you get to improve over time. Start the way you are. Okay? Start as raw as you are. Okay? That's my advice for you. So you don't have to become so perfect before you start. You don't have to become so professional. You don't have to be at the top of the ladder in knowledge. Okay? Before you get started. Just start as you are. Start as the leader that you are, work on your vision, even if it looks like that the fruit of your vision is not forthcoming as much as you desire. I mean, it doesn't matter. Just move on. So far so good. We have looked at vision, we have looked at strategy, we have looked at the features or the characteristics of a leader. We have said that you must be a leader, a visionary person, must be a person that communicates, must be a person that has empathy. Okay? And then you must be a visionary person. You must be someone that understands what he's doing, and you must be adaptable. Must be able to adapt to things, must be able to adapt to changes. So we have looked at leadership in 21st century landscape, leadership landscape, or landscape of leadership in the 21st century. And we have said that things are changing, that if you are going to be a good leader or a great leader in this time, you need to adapt with the change. You need to know how to switch. You need to know how to adjust. Okay, you don't have to compromise your stand, but you need to know how to adjust to accommodate the changes, the things that are happening around. So as a leader, you have to be adaptable. Now, we are taking this knowledge further as we'll be discussing the practical leadership development. Practical leadership development. And here we are going to be building on our knowledge from where we're coming. You know, we've talked about vision, we've talked about strategy, and then of course we have said that as a strategic leader, you have to be able to set your goals, and you have to be able to use um, you know the analysis that we have discussed. We have talked about the SWOT analysis. We have talked about the SMART, the SMART framework. Okay, we have talked about the SWOT analysis, and we have talked about the SMART framework. So we'll be moving on as we'll be looking at it from a practical stand view. And the first thing that we want to talk about is building a sustaining effective team. Just like you can see on the topic below, building and sustaining effective teams. So you as a leader that wants to succeed must understand that you cannot do this work alone as a leader. No leader works alone. No leader works alone. So you must learn to build a strong team as a leader, because that is the key to your success. So you must learn to raise this supportive team of people who will work with you. And you need to have understanding about what are the needs, the desires, the dreams, the passion okay, of these people, okay? What do they want? Because before you bring them into your vision, you need to understand what they want. What are they looking at? What is their dream? What are their aspirations? So you don't just go and share your vision, tell people to forget everything about their lives, forget, and that is why some people don't last. Okay, they don't last. They don't People don't last with them. They build people around them before they know what's happening. The people vanish because the people that are around you cannot see any benefits. Okay, they can't just see what will benefit them in your vision. What's going to be like a progress for them? Okay, so when you are building a supportive team, think about the progress of others. Okay, now no leader works alone. So you must building a strong team is essential for sustaining impactful ministry. So supportive roles within a team enables collaboration and shared success. You must encourage team members to operate in their area of strength. Okay, you must encourage people to operate. So that's what I said. Bring people. And that's what makes them last. If you know that somebody is passionate in the area of video editing, camera stuff, bring that person into that where that you see that person will be excited. We'll always be looking forward to come. Okay, but don't take like I'll see some people say just do whatever we give you to do. I mean that kind of leadership is not good because you don't want to know what the person wants to do. So a person who is a professional cameraman who can handle camera, who can do a lot of video stuff, recording and everything. You say go and be an usher, go and stand and be ushering people. I mean, you know what you have done? You are killing that person's interest. So he comes, he's trying to endure, he's trying to do, but he's not happy. Now, if you take that person and put that person in the camera session or the media session, okay, that's the word I'm looking for. The media, you see this person coming all the time, coming all the time. So leaders can identify this strength by doing the following. So you as a leader, how do you identify people's strengths? Observation is very key. Okay, spend time with your team members, during their tasks to notice their natural talent and their preferred work style. Observe, look at them. Look at the person that is hanging around people. Every time is always hanging around media people. Every time. Brother, go to your department. Before you close your eyes again, you have seen him at media people. And you are like, why is this person always going? He or she wants to be in the media. That's all. That's what is happening. So you need to observe it. So go back to your team members in your church or wherever they are and observe their areas of interest. Watch them closely. Observe their areas of interest. The second thing that you need is feedback and dialogue. Okay? Have open conversation with people to understand what individuals enjoy and they feel most capable of doing. This is key. Please pay attention to discussing and dialoguing with people. I've often said this over and over. Leaders should call people and ask them, what is your area of interest? What's your area of passion? What would you like to do? Would you like to be in the prayer team? Oh, yes, I love prayer. Don't put a person who loves to be in prayer team among the music department. I mean, it's a misplacement of personal or person's priority. Okay? It doesn't make people to last wherever you put them. So I have prayed. I've seen some some leaders or some pastors say, I've prayed and I'm convinced that that's where you should be. Oh, it's fine, but what is that person convinced that you should do? You are not supposed to be, I'm sorry to say this, you are not supposed to be the one that will tell them what God said they should do. You need them to go and pray to have so that they can have personal conviction. Because if you tell them you think this is what God wants them to do, if they are not convinced, then you will not get cooperation. Okay, you will not get maximum cooperation as much as you desire. All right, then you need to do for your team members, for your people, you need to do what is called strength assessment. You need to use what is called strength assessment tool. DISK is the best strength assessment tool that you can use. It's called DISC. Okay, I'm going to break DISC down. So you should utilize a lot of tools. There's other one that is called GALOPS. GAL, GALLUP. Ops, GALOPS. That one is a strength finder. So you can use it to find. So you can Google these things. GALLUP, then apostrophe S, then strength finder. GALOPS strength finder. You can use it. Is a tool that we use to find strength. And then there is DISC, DISK, personality assessment. We also use it to provide structured insight into person's capability, individual capability. So for DISC, I'm going to break them down. So they are 4 personality traits. Okay, DISC is explains 4 personality traits. I'll come back to encouragement, experimentation, and regular evaluation. But let me just break down DISC for us so that we will understand it clearly. So, DISC personality assessment breaks down personality types into 4 traits. 4 traits. Dominance. Okay? So, there are people who have what we call dominant character traits. When you find them among people, they dominate. They are the ones that dominate discussions. Okay, we have tried this a lot of times. We tell people to do a group discussion, and you always find that whoever has a dominant trait tends to be the one that controls that group discussion, dominates that group discussion. He's always been talking. That's a person with a dominant personality trait. That's the fact that the person has a dominant personality trait does not mean that the person can be a leader. It just means that the person can be a person that can initiate discussion, initiate action. All right. So these are type of people that focus on results and they are driven by challenges. All right. This kind of individual have this high dominant, assertive, decisive, and goal-oriented personality trait. So they often thrive in leadership roles. Okay, most persons that lead have dominant character trait, but it's just that it shouldn't be what you will use as a conclusion to pick a person as a leader, because a person may have a dominant trait but may not necessarily have leadership trait. But if a person combines that, it's excellent. But most of the time, dominant characters are great leaders. Then influence. Okay, so we have people who are influencers. they influence things around them. Okay, so these are people who prioritize relationships and communications. So a dominant person may not really be interested in relationship. He will just dominate everything, wants to be in charge, but not necessarily particular about relationship. But this person that has influence, the core strength area of this person is relationship and communication. And so this is the type of person that when it comes to trying to bring people together, trying to gather people to do things, put a person that you notice has this character of influence. If you put a person that has dominance, you may have a very serious issue for people to gather around. Okay, but if a dominance and sometimes some people combine the two. Okay, so you have people who combine. All right, so these influencers are are they are they have high influence, over people. They are outgoing people. They are persuasive. They are enthusiastic, and they excel in roles that require networking and motivation. So you see, this kind of people gather people, bring people together, do things with people. They are very good in communication. All right. So they may not have dominance character. They may not be able to control or do things or put things together. But when it comes to relationship, so they may not be excellent leaders, but a leader can use them. You understand? So once you understand their key area, bring them into your team. That's a character. So you need to sit down and observe your people to see, does this person have a dominance character, or is this person an influencer? Another one is steadiness. So this kind of person values stability, collaboration. So those with high steadiness are dependable, they are patient, and they are supportive. They are often serving as backbone of a cohesive team. So when you are looking for somebody who is steady, who is not going to scatter everything and go away, who has this nature of bringing things together and they are dependable, they are patient, they are supportive. Okay, so you can see in a person, if a person has that character trait, you should know where to put that person. Then the last one, which is the conscientious person, are the people who emphasize on accuracy, they emphasize on quality. High conscientiousness individual are analytical, they are detail oriented, they are systematic, making them ideal for role of requiring precision and planning. So when you are looking for somebody who is going to head your planning team, to plan something, or to be part of your planning team, be looking for people who have this character trait. Okay, he may not have a dominant character. He may be the one that even when people are talking, will just keep quiet, just quiet, and is looking, he's not saying anything again. But one word comes, you say, oh, this person is highly detailed, this person is highly analytical, and this person is systematic. Okay, so we have people like that. I seem to fall under that category also. I'm just high in analytics. I'm very systematic. I'm detailed in things. And so sometimes if I'm even discussing with people, it's like, okay, why don't you reason this thing from this perspective? So that is DISC. So still talking about what are the strengths that how a leader can identify the strength. We have looked at observation, feedback, and dialogue, strength assessment too. We have seen DISC, then encourage experimentation. Okay, so you need to allow team members to try different roles or tasks to uncover hidden potential. Let your team members, okay, somebody may not know that he's going to be a great writer until you give that person, so why don't you go and write some of these things? And then the person may suddenly discover that, wow, so I can write. Oh, as I started writing, inspiration kept on coming. Inspiration kept on coming. Wow. And then you have helped that person. I know a lot of people who have testified to what their pastors or their leaders have done to them in their lives, haven't helped them to discover who they are. They have helped them to discover their talents by giving them responsibilities. And then eventually discover themselves. And that was it. That was it. Okay? Then, so you should encourage experimentation. Let them do things, try roles, do that. That will help them to uncover hidden potential. Then the last one here is the regular evaluation. So you should continuously assess roles, and contributions to ensure alignment with strength and organization rules. So you must keep on looking at how people are operating, what your team members are doing, then does it align with the strengths and the organization rules? So it's not that because people are trying to do things, oh, because this person likes media, then what happens? They begin to do whatever they like. No, this is what the church wants. This is what the church wants to achieve. Okay, so you must from time to time bring people back to the vision, bring them back to the goal. All right, bring them back to the goal, bring them back to the vision. So we started talking about building and sustaining effective teams. Okay, so that's where we started looking at, and then of course we've been able to discuss um, from that the to raise a supportive team. That's what we're talking about, and so that's the point one. And under the point one, we have talked about using we have talked about what the person or the leader should do, use observation, feedback, and all those stuff, and then the disc. So we'll be going to the second one, which says seek conflict resolution and team cohesion. So we'll come back after this short break to now look at these other um, subjects under this particular course. So see you after these timeouts, and then bye for now.